Yo, what up, YT? Yo, what up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? Yo, man, let's get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, man, we're just gonna be having a young analyzing session, journaling everything that has been happening for the past few weeks. So this week, a lot has been happening. For this past few weeks, the one thing I want to start off by saying is that, damn, yo, you see this? You see this setup right here? I should have known better, bro. I should have known better. That's the only thing I could say to myself right now. Right now, the only thing I can say to myself about this particular setup, right? This was from Friday, right? And I should have known better, bro. I think something similar happened in the days before, and then I was like, you know what? When both when both directions aren't giving me clear trend line setups, and then we have a momentum swing, it's usually a good indicator to focus on that momentum swing. So that's what I should have done, instead of um, going the opposite direction like I did here. However, it's a good and a bad thing because good thing is that we had the second trade, the stop loss trade, right? It went and at least gave us break even, right? Bad thing though is like, if you were probably trying to hold the other trade, you probably would have had both losses. But all in all, last week was probably not the best week like the week before, right? We was probably not the best week. Monday, Tuesday wasn't so good. Wednesday, Thursday was actually quite amazing. Friday was this setup where I should have known better. However, one thing I do feel right now, I feel like right now, um, I'm learning so much, bro, and I love the fact that I'm learning so much. I feel like every time I learn something, I get closer to I get closer to um doing it right whenever I'm faced with that thing, you know what I'm saying? So very interesting week though. Very interesting week. The setups I've seen this week, I think this week was the most different week in terms of setups. We had a lot of threes. We had a lot of unclear setups. It was there was a lot of unclear setups. It was a whole lot of feeling like I'm missing trades. It was a whole lot of psychological trading psychology in play this past few weeks. So a lot to take away from this week. But yeah, man, let's just get to the most important part, which is the trading journal. Um, yeah, so right now that's the one thing I will mention right now. Right now we're gonna be doing the trading journal. And then I'll post it on Reddit. So when I post it on Reddit, I'm only gonna post the results of June, right? So for now we'll only be focusing on June. We'll only be focusing on anything related to June. So with that being said, let's go back to Monday's trade and analyze Monday's trade. Monday's trade, I also need to start taking. I think I did write a note of some sort. I said on Monday. I said on Monday. Doesn't matter how clean my setup is. Wait, let me see. Default take job has to be 1 to 2. Monday, take profit two has the probability to only hit once a week if multiple trades have the same. Okay, wait. I think I said on Monday, for anyone who joined the stream on Monday, I think I said something about Monday's trades have a huge tendency of going the opposite direction. When the market has the same setup for 2 consecutive days, the outcome, okay, that I know about. No solid confirmation indicator equals to a lower probability when you have. Okay, nah, it's not there. I'm looking for where I wrote that note about Monday. I'm telling you, bro, because the more I consider what's been happening on Mondays, is the more I'm starting to see that Mondays usually just go the opposite direction. Where did I write that note? Or did I not write it? I'm gonna go to let's go back to Monday. I'm gonna go to the 5 minute time frame because matter of fact, you know what? This one is cool too. So this has to be Thursday. This is Wednesday. This is Tuesday. This has to be Monday. So if this was Monday, then what went wrong? This is Monday, no? Yeah, Monday. And this was actually quite clean, bro. This was solid. This was solid. I think my conclusion here, as for what happened wrong, what went wrong, is that on Monday, market just has a tendency of going the opposite direction. No matter how clean my setup is, Monday just has a probability of going the opposite direction. I have no idea why. Because honestly, even when I look at my trading journal, and you guys can reference, just go to the Reddit and look at the things I post relating to the trading journal. You can reference and see that, yo, on Mondays, I just never tend to I'm really, really, really profitable on Mondays. And I think it might be that's coming into play. Not quite certain though, but I think right now that's one thing I'm really, really considering. And I think tomorrow I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to put that into practice and actually analyze as I usually would, and then look for an entry in the opposite direction. What's making that sound? Yo, I have no idea. Okay, let me do this. Let me write this down because I don't know why I didn't write this down. Okay, but I'm gonna say yet to be confirmed. Yet to be confirmed. Yet to be confirmed. Mondays tend to go the opposite direction of setup. Okay, yet to be confirmed. It's very interesting though because look, when I look at this, you can clearly see that this was definitely by the time I said this entry here, you can already see the amount of people that joined this trade, right? So it tells you that there is something right that I was looking at, right? Because if I'm entering here and immediately there becomes a lot of momentum, look at how it's been moving prior to that. Prior to that, it was very, what's the word? It was consolidating a lot prior to that. Then suddenly when I put this risk to reward, market started to move in that direction. But then immediately after when it got here, it started to go back up, right? So now I want to check one more thing. I want to check the significance of my stop losses, right? So you see this is the first stop loss. Wait, let me do this. This was the first stop loss right here. You know what, actually, I want to talk about something, bro. I want to talk about something. I want to talk about two things before I go any further. I've been having such a interesting interaction with the amount of people that have been watching my channels lately. It's very interesting, to see the amount of people that are interested, or not interested, but people are looking at what I'm doing, bro, and sometimes I feel like, bro, what is your intention, Sometimes it just catches me off guard when I think about, yo, why is this person on my YT, But I don't want to give it no mind because, like I said, bro, literally what I'm doing right now has the ability to change my life, So if I had something that could change my life, I would definitely be open and tell people, yo, nigga, get on this because this is going to change your life too. So in that sense, I don't feel like gatekeeping. I don't want to gatekeep my channel. So I don't want to tell anyone to be however. The only thing I would say though, I really, really hope, bro. I honestly, to the core of me, bro, I hope anyone who's watching my content has good intentions, bro, and not like um hidden agendas. That's the only thing I will say, honestly speaking. Okay, with that being said, the second thing that I'm about to mention, um, and I know it might come off as if I'm yapping. Yo, guys, just by the way, like I always say, when I'm working and I'm in between something, I can't watch chat. Well, not right now. I'm not watching chat. I think I'll open chat in a second, and just to interact a bit more. I'll open chat in a second. But usually on trading days, I don't look at chat because it's gonna confuse me. I only look at chat when I have time. So unless I specifically mention like, yo nigga, I'm gonna watch chat right now, it means I can't see whatever whoever is typing, right? But like I always say, there will never be a live session where I don't open my chat, bro. I will always open my chat and see what you guys are saying. Secondly, this brings me to the most amazing news I can share right now, bro. You know, having good days and having bad days is one thing, bro. Honestly speaking, if you ask me, every day is a good day. I don't consider anything as negative. Every day is a good day. You just have to find whatever is positive from that day. Oh, you know what I realized recently? I realized the most beautiful thing in the world recently, bro. So there was this person in my life who is no longer in my, well, the person is in my life kind of, but like um well, how can I say this? This might not be trading related, but I feel like it's a gem for whoever's watching, so you'll catch it. I've been dropping a lot of gems lately. I don't know what's wrong with me, but this is a gem. Whatever misses you, bro, whatever misses you, trust me when I say this, especially when it comes to people. Whatever misses you, especially when it comes to people, if there's a certain relationship or um there's certain bonds that weren't built between you and a certain person, trust me when I say it was not for you. It was 100% not for you. Each person will have, and I'm not saying, dude, I'm not saying other people deserve better and then other people don't deserve better, or I'm not saying none of that. I am saying God has his way of giving goodwill to each person according to what that person wants for themselves in their life. So this person, when I look at this person's life, I'm considering like, damn, if I was in this person's life, bro, I would probably I wouldn't be happy, bro. I wouldn't be happy, and me being happy is like, nigga, I'm one person, bro. I know whatever's going on with me right now is gonna pass, but I'm one person who I could never forever have I could never be that guy, bro, who like, yo, let's wake up and then let's go to let's go to corporate. I think corporate is a good way of saying it. Let's go to corporate and then let's enjoy going to corporate. That is 100% not me, bro. That is 100% not me. Yes, bro. I tend to, especially when you look at the people within this field. A lot of people within this field are present themselves as very formal or very high whatever you want to call it, but I don't those are not my beliefs, bro. And when I look at the people who present themselves that way, I don't even like have a single desire of what they have, bro. Yo, what I'm gonna try not to yap too much, but my point is, whatever misses you, bro. So that person, like, I missed that with her, and I felt like we could have had something. But when I look at her life now, and I look at who she's with, I'm just like, okay, very interesting, but damn, I'm glad that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, So this is the good news that I wanted to say. Good news is, niggas, I am starting a new YouTube channel within the next week. The next YouTube channel that I'm going to be doing is going to be specifically only for my human content. And my intention with this content is that everything I drop, there has to be some piece of information that you learn, right? And it's going to be human content. It's going to be it's going to be like a continuation of all my other content that is not trading related. I'm just going to be shifting it and putting it in the new YouTube channel. And then so my personality, my knowledge base, my faith, the way I behave as a human being, and how I structure myself as an alpha male is going to be there. Everything is going to be there. The development of me is going to be there. And to anyone who's watching this, dude, I tell people, there's not even a single person who, when I talk to them about my YouTube channel and I don't say to them, nigga, start a YouTube channel. I don't know who you are, bro. I don't know whoever's listening to this. I don't know, bro. Start a YouTube channel. That's all I'm gonna tell you, bro. If you ever wanna like see yourself as a person and what you're good at and what you're not good at, the skills that you have and the skills that you don't have, and how to improve those skills, everything will come in front of your face when you start a YouTube channel. So I will 100% tell anyone to do that as well. And then yeah, okay, so with that being said and that being completely out the way, let's continue with what we have to do today. So this week wasn't that hectic. So what date was Monday? Okay. So I'm gonna start with my trading journal. Monday, the 2nd of June, 2025. You know what, bro? I was thinking of writing. I was thinking of filling in data under the real account, but I think I'm not gonna do it for now. I think for now I'm just gonna like try not to do that for now. Wait, why is this here? Nigga, why is this like this? Wait, hold on. Something's wrong here. Okay, that looks better. Okay, yeah, like I said, date is Monday, the 2nd of June, 2025. And then position and lot size is one position of 0.8. Should I say 0? I'm going to say 0.8, bro. I'm going to say 0.8 because I think I recently discovered on Vault Markets, right, for Xauusd in the micro account, the standard is like, the standard correlating to 100 rands is 0.8 lots. Yeah, 0.8 lots. It's not 0.08. So that kind of confused me. So the market is Xauusd, obviously, and then the instrument. Usually the instrument is the reason why I took this trade right here. So this one is kind of self-explanatory. Well, if you know what I'm trading, it's very self-explanatory. This is a 3. A 3 is usually when we have indicators that are forming this trend line right here and this trend line right here, and then we say wherever it breaks, you look for a retest, then you continue taking it in that direction. So here we saw a break right here, then we got a retest there with the confirmation below that trend line, and then we looked to take that thing down. So it continued going up, but I'll discuss that when I fill in the reason why it hit stop loss. So instrument is a 3. This is just straight up a 3. Then I'm just gonna put a 3. This was a solid 3, bro. This was a solid 3. Okay, and then the time frame of my entry. I think I entered based off the 1 minute, as you can see, because the indicator's right there. So I'll say 1 minute. The time frame that I was using is the 1 minute time frame. The session was the New York session. Then the forecast was bearish. Bearish forecast. And then what was my entry? What was my entry? I think it's 3375, no? 3375. That was my entry. What was my target? I think let's just keep the target at a 1 and 2. So basically, I need to find my calculator, bro, because my freaking sinuses, bro. I need to find my calculator. Okay, but anyway, I'm gonna say a 1 to 2 from this. Damn. I'm gonna say a 1 to 2 from this thingy. I think this should have been a 1 to 2 because this is a 1 to 3. So this is a 1 to 2, 1 to 2 to around here. It's probably okay. Our take profit is 3 3 4 3. That's our first take profit. I'm not gonna put in a second take profit. I'm not gonna put in a second take profit because of how bad that went into the wrong direction. So what was my stop loss for this particular trade? It was 3383. That was my stop loss. Why was it so big? No, something ain't right, bro. Why would it be so huge? Yeah, 3375. Oh no, it's fine. I'm tweaking. So the loss that this trade took was 8-point loss, because it hit our what is this thing? Our stop loss, and then the amount of movement it took in the profits direction is so 7.75 minus 6.9 is 6, right? 6 points. So it went plus 6 points into profits. And then was the trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. The trade was a loss. And then what was the reason, right? For now, the reason I'm gonna put is Monday opposite direction. Monday opposite direction. I think that's the reason I'm gonna put right now, because like I'm saying to you guys, this setup was so clean, bro. This setup was just so damn clean, bro. Yeah. Cause look at this. Because this is end of Monday, right? End of Monday. So after end of Monday, where both of my stop losses were hit, this thing continued into direction. So I really think on Monday it just opposes my direction. It's gonna be a bit tricky though trying to trade this. Not really, because if I had put a 1 to 2 from here, I would have taken profit. If I had put a 1 to 2 from here, taking it up, I would have taken profit. So bit of cognizance in that sense. So yeah, I think that's the reason I'm gonna put here. And then the stop loss entry was a stop loss entry, profit or loss. It was also let me check actually. Yeah, no, it was also a loss. You can clearly see that it hit stop loss around here. It was also a loss, right? But did the stop loss entry move into profit? I don't think it did, because the stop loss entry got triggered here and then it got stopped out there, so it didn't even move into profits at all. This is one of the very rare times my stop loss entry doesn't make profit. My stop loss entry usually makes profit. Stop loss entry really usually makes profit. Um, what do I want to do? Oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna fill in anything. So that's it for Monday. Let's go to Tuesday. Let's go to Tuesday. So as you can see, oh yeah, Tuesday. Um, Tuesday, the same thing happened on Tuesday. So let me write the date. Tuesday, the 3rd of June. 2025. Hold on, let me just fix something real quickly. The position and lot size is one position of 0.8 lots. The market is obviously XAU USD. The instrument, like I say, the instrument is what exactly was I looking at to have an idea of what's going on. And as you can clearly see, this was a 3. So after this being a 3, we looked for the direction. If it breaks here, we look for a retest to take it up. If it breaks there, we look for a retest to continue taking it down. And as you guys can kind of see, what is this? I think this retest, I took this retest because this retest was on the 5-minute time frame. There was a retest that's taken this thing down. Well, not a retest really, but more of like a confirmation indicator. So yeah, we had all these. It went down. We looked for that to continue taking it down. I'm looking now. Oh yeah, it's right here. So you see, had we caught this early, we would have caught. Had we caught this exactly at this time, we would have caught this trading momentum. We would have caught this direction right here, right? But all of this happened. I just want to check something real quickly. Oh yeah, all of this happened. So I'm going to tell you guys why this happened. Just a second. Let me continue filling this in. So the instrument, I'm going to say it's a 3. It's a 3 setup. The time frame, I think this was a 5-minute time frame. Like I said, 5-minute time frame. I entered on the 5-minute time frame. The session was a New York session. The forecast bearish. The forecast was bearish. The forecast was bearish. What was my entry? Yo, what was my entry? Was it 3344? Looks like it was 3344. Okay, I'm gonna take 3344. 3344. That was my entry. What was my target? What was my target? Let's look for a 1 to 2 from here. So 1 to 2 would have probably been here. So 3. I'm gonna say 300. 300. That was my take profit. My stop loss. Damn, bro. My stop loss. What was my stop loss? 3354. 3354. That was my stop loss. Did this trade hit stop loss? Was this trade a loss? Yes, it was a loss. How much did it move into profits? It probably just moved like at most 2 pips, 2 points. So plus 2 points into profits. Was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. What was the reason it became a loss? So hear me out. This brings me to the second thing I was going to bring. Yet to be confirmed. Okay, let me do this. Yet to be confirmed. So through my trading experience, right, there has been times where I have caught something in this sense. I've caught like a direction, or I've focused on a particular direction because the same thing literally happened the previous day. With that being said, I think what happened here and why this didn't work out is because Um, wait. Before I get to um assuming stuff like that, I'm gonna include it. But let me. Okay, this is one reason. One reason is because there was no indicator here. That's one reason why it didn't work out. That's one reason why. One reason why is because that was a weak trend line. So I'm gonna write here a weak trend line. Weak trend line. We're gonna write weak trend line, and then what was the other reason? I don't want to include this trend line because by the time we entered here, this trend line wasn't there. So I don't want to include that reason. So I think right now that's one thing I'm going to say. We'd probably rejected because of a weak trend line and what I was just about to mention. So because yesterday we also had a 3. Yesterday, this is a 3. This is a 3 setup. Yesterday we also had this, and the result of this yesterday was it continued going up. So it's a bit tricky, especially when I consider this. It's a bit tricky to say that this is the reason. Like, I don't know how to put it in words, but it's a bit tricky to say just because yesterday, just because Monday, just because this happened on Monday, right? Just because this happened on Monday, it's a bit tricky to say that's why, because we had the same formation and it broke, it continued going up, right, as you can see. But also, like I explained here, literally when we entered here, market started to move here. So I guess in that sense, you could kind of say because this moved in this upward direction yesterday, which was that Monday, that's why this thing did this as well. But this one moved a bit more, it moved a bit more right there and then went into the opposite direction. So it's kind of like a AMD, I like to say, accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. That depends if there was a lot of movement taking this thing up. Yeah, it was quite significant though. Yeah, but I think the one thing I'm gonna write right now is the weak trend line. I think I'm gonna keep the weak trend line because of this amount of movement. So I don't want to just have that. I don't want to just have that. I don't want to have that mindset because, for example, if we had entered here and then we had said, okay, this setup went into losses yesterday, we would have missed this movement. So that's why I don't want to say because this happened on Monday and this is happening Tuesday. This is going to go up because on Monday it went up. You see, that I don't want to do that because clearly it went down here. So the reason it kept going up here was for another different reason, which I think was the trend line, the weak trend line. That's why I'm gonna keep that weak trend line over there. I'm gonna keep that weak trend line over there because I also don't want to feed myself false knowledge, Okay, was the stop loss entry? So this is the stop loss entry. Was the stop loss entry a profit or a loss? As you can see, we entered there. It would have stopped us out around here somewhere. So it was definitely a loss. It was definitely a loss, and it didn't even move into profits. Okay, let's go to Wednesday. Nigga, why is this thing not moving, bro? Okay, Wednesday. You see, man? Wednesday, 04 June 25. Wednesday, 04 June 25. One position of 0.8 lots. One position of 0.8 lots. My nigga. why is this going on today? The market was obviously XAU, USD, and then what was the instrument? Okay, so now let's go to Wednesday. Let's go to Wednesday. So this has to be Wednesday. Wait, hold on. Okay, this has to be Wednesday. Okay, so because this is Wednesday, this is the trade we took on Wednesday. Oh yeah, this was our first profitable day. I think it gave us a 1 to 2. It didn't go all the way though, if I'm not mistaken. I think it started going back up somewhere. Oh, it did. It did go down. Damn, very, very interesting. Oof, damn. What an interesting movement. Okay, so this was Wednesday. As you can see, this is also a 3, just like inversely. This was also a 3. This played out well. I'm trying to think right now. There was a reason why I looked to take this thing down. Because obviously if this is a 3 and then it broke here, I should have looked to take it up, right? And I didn't do that. I looked to take it down. But there had to be a reason why. I'm trying to remember why. I think it had something to do with these trend lines right here. Oh yeah, it was probably this trend line. This trend line didn't have an indicator, and that was the beginning of this trend line. So I don't know why this trend line moved. Maybe I moved it for some or what reason. But I connected these two I connected these 2 points. I connected here to all the way there. Then we had an indicator there. This was good. And then we also, we see same thing happened here. And I think it was just weak trend lines. That's why I looked to take this thing down. And then when I saw that 3, I was like, nah, there's no way this thing is going to continue going back up, considering how weak these trend lines are. So, yeah, I think that was the instrument. That was the reason why I took this trade. Okay. So the reason was a 3. And then I'm going to say plus. I think I should probably do this though. I'm going to say the reason was a 3 plus weak trend lines. Okay. What was my entry on? Was my entry on the 5-minute time frame as well? It seems like it. Yeah, my entry was on the 5-minute time frame. The 5-minute time frame. The session, obviously New York session. New York. The forecast bearish. Forecast was bearish. What was my entry? My entry was 3382. It looks like it was somewhere around that number. 3382. 3382. That was my entry. What was my target? My target was probably looking for 1 to 2 from here. Would probably have been. Okay, I'm gonna make this my target. Let me make the 1 to 2 my target. Now how do I reduce? Nigga, what the hell, nigga? Nigga. Thank think for now, the things I'm gonna focus on for now is just one to twos, bro. Let's just focus on one to twos. Though you could have taken it like a lot lower, as you can see, because here it came back here, but it didn't break. Came back again. Could have still held. Would have given you the 1 to 2, and then yeah, it would have given you the 1 to 2 at most. So let's keep the 1 to 2. Let's keep that 1 to 2. Y'all niggas need to remind me tomorrow I need to drop a disclaimer. I need to drop a disclaimer, bro. I need to drop a disclaimer in the sense that what I'm doing right now, I'm not giving you something and saying, nigga, look, this is definitely gonna work for you, implement this. What I can give you is, nigga, if you are on the same journey as me, here are some tips that I've learned on this journey. This is not something like I can be like, nigga, take this and then you'll be good. No. Just giving you my notes. So with my notes, you can try to be like more cautious of doing this and that. Because like I said the last time, the reason why I haven't uploaded telling you guys what exactly is I trade is because I'm still not profitable in that thing. So until the day I become officially profitable and I tell you niggas that niggas, you see, once I start, I'll tell you later. That's going to be a personal achievement. But yeah, I need to drop a disclaimer tomorrow alongside the video of me officially introducing the second channel. So yeah, what's my target? Oh, my target is a 1 to 2. That 1 to 2 was around 3365. 3365. That was my target. What's my stop loss? What was my stop loss? 3385. 3385. That was my stop loss. Did this hit stop? Did this hit? Was this a loss? No, it wasn't a loss. No, it wasn't a loss. How much into profit? Take profit 1. It moved into profits until take profit 1. Am I missing something? No. It's fine. Was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a profit. It's a profit. What was the reason? Okay, I don't need a reason because I already included that. Did the second trade get triggered? Oh, yeah, it did get triggered, but because we had already taken profit from the first trade, we won't mention the second stop loss trade. Also, another note, if the first trade already hit profits, or if the conditions of the stop loss trade, if the second trade hit profits, or if the next day continues, don't enter the second stop loss trade. Thursday, the 5th of June, 25. One position, 0.8. Market XAU USD. Okay, this is Wednesday, and then I said the reason why I entered this trade. Oh, the reason why I entered this trade, yes, was because of this 3 and the week trend lines. Yes, that was the reason why. Okay, let's go to Thursday. Okay. So are you telling me I did this on Thursday, but I didn't do it on Friday? Are you absolutely kidding me right now, bro? You see, man. Oh no. I entered this trade because of a different reason. I remember why I entered this trade. Wait, I want to check something. Okay, I took it from here, so that was solid. Um, yeah, yeah. I remember why I took this trade. I remember absolutely why I took this trade. Okay. The instrument, the reason why I took this trade. Okay. So the reason why I took this trade is because let me show you guys. Obviously, we have a clean indicator right there. We have another clean indicator right there, which strengthens this trend line. So we move to this trend line that's below right here. As you can see, this is a strong indicator, and immediately the credibility of this trend line is questioned by the performance of this indicator, because this indicator was right here, and as you can see, market went down, but it came back up and tested. So what this means the probability of this trend line being tested again is quite high. Cool. So we have another indicator right here. It goes down, then it comes back, and then it tests this indicator, which correlates with exactly what I just said, that this trend line is going to be tested. An indicator in this trend line is going to be tested. So this indicator tested by that, and then yeah, we just continued taking it down because this had already been confirmed. So because this had been confirmed, it does make this trend line quite higher in terms of probability, right? So yeah, that's what we're looking at right there. And then we just looked for taking it down after 1630, because what was 1630? I think it was around here. I probably should have entered here. I don't know why didn't I enter there? I think I was looking to take it up, and then I changed my mind. I'm not really sure. But anyway, that was the one reason why. And then the second reason was because of this momentum swing. The second reason was because of that momentum swing. So yeah, the reason why I took this trade, because one, this tested trend line was confirmed, and the momentum swing. Those are the two reasons why I took this trade. Confirmed, tested trend line plus momentum swing. So let me save this before load shedding suddenly hits, because it seems like it's about to rain. Yo guys, if stream suddenly ends, it's because power got cut due to the rain. So where's my entry? My entry is probably here somewhere. 3369. Oh wait, was this on the 5 minute? Yes, this was on the 5. Nope, this was on the 1 minute. 1 minute. New York session. Forecast bearish. Entry 3364. No. 3369. See? Oui. 3369. 3369. Okay, my target was a 1 to 2. 1 to 2 at like 3352. 3352. That's my target. Stop loss. What's my stop loss? Stop loss was 3375. 33. It wasn't 3375, nigga. It was 33 what? 3377. That was my stop loss. Was this trade a loss? No, it wasn't a loss. It went into profits immediately. Didn't even bitch and moan. How much profits did this trade move into? Let me calculate how much profits this trade went into, because it kind of went crazy. I ain't even gonna hold you. So let's hold it from around here. This trade went into a crazy amount of profit. So let's hold it all the way down here, assuming we had held this trade for that week. 3306, 3306, 3306. So how much is 3306? So that's like plus, let me do this, plus 3306. So 69 minus 6 is 63. It went into profit for 63 points. Was this trade a profit or loss? It was profit. What was the reason? I don't need a reason because we didn't take this the thing. We didn't take a loss, so I don't need a reason. Okay, we didn't take a stop loss entry, so I don't need to do that too. So let's go to Friday. Let's go to Friday. Friday, very, very self-disappointed on Friday, bruh. Disappointed myself on Friday. Look at this momentum swing, bruh. I would have caught this bitch. I would have caught this shit, bruh. I would have caught this. So, yeah, let me journal this. Friday, the 6th. Whoa. Where did that two come from? 6th of June 2025. Save this for load shedding hits. 108. 108. The market is XAU USD. The instrument. What was the instrument of me taking this thing up? What was the reason of me taking this thing up? So I took this thing up because there was a weak trend line at the top. This trend line was quite weak. Yeah, that trend line was insanely weak. Weak trend line at the top, and the one at the bottom was significantly stronger, but it was broken. That's kind of one thing I missed. It was broken here. This was a broken trend line because of this. So I thought that on the 5 minute, because I think on the 5 minute it just looked like a, let me show you. Wait. On the 5 minute it closed above that trend line, so I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, it's not too bad. As you can see, it closed like right here. So I was like, it's not too bad. Let's continue taking this thing up. And then, yeah, what happened. So let's go back to the 1 minute time frame. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna open chat. I forgot about that shit. I forgot I said I was gonna open chat. Let me open chat. But okay, for now, let me journal while this thing is taking forever to open. Yes, the instrument. The reason I took this is because of the weak indicator at the top and strong yeah, that was quite a wild entry, right? Quite a wild entry. Let me say, yeah, trend line. I don't want to say trend line. Strong trend line. Yeah, strong trend line. Strong trend line. It looked like a strong trend line. So I'm gonna say how yeah, I'm gonna say false. False strong trend line. False strong trend line. What time frame did I enter this position? On the 1 minute? 1 minute time frame I entered. New York session, obviously. The forecast, bullish. The one time I look to take this thing up and it doesn't, bro. Entry 3332. 3332. That was my entry. Take profit 1. Yeah, I was looking to go crazy with this motherfucker, bro. I ain't even gonna hold. 3351. 3351. That was my take profit 1. Stop loss. Let's go to my stop loss. 3332. 3323. That was my stop loss. Was this a loss? Yes, it was a loss. It was a loss. How much did it move into profits? I think it did. It did move into profits, no? It did. Like, yo, that's like what? +2? That's barely anything. +2 points into profits. And then, okay, yeah, I need to do that. Was this trade a profit or a loss? It was a loss. The reason. Okay, the reason was because there was a momentum swing. Brackets down. Plus both weak trend lines. Plus weak trend line. Plus weak trend line. Let's do this. Let me just fix this. Plus weak trend lines. Was this a profit or a loss? It was a profit, but only enough for break even. Only enough for break even. How much did it move into profits? It moved plus, I think from here, because remember, if this got stopped out here, we would have entered here. So from here, 3323 up until there is 3336. So 36 minus 23 is 3233. 33, is that right? No, that ain't right, nigga. Yeah, 36 minus 23. 36 minus 23 is 13, no? It's not 33, it's 13. It's 13, so it only moved 13 points into profit. Okay, guys, with that being said, that's everything for this past week's trading journal. Nothing too hectic. Like I said, this past week's trades weren't so easy. They weren't like so easy to get. There was not even a single easy setup from last week. So yeah, that happened. Okay, what am I missing now? I'm trying to think. Is there something that I'm missing? I've already mentioned everything that I want to mention. The second channel, I've mentioned the second channel. I mentioned the reasons why these didn't play out well. I know how to improve for the next coming week. I'm thinking, oh yeah, tomorrow I need to check the theory of Mondays going into the opposite direction, because really, bro, it's getting out of hand now. I think for the past 5-6 weeks, Mondays have always gone in the opposite direction. So I definitely need to give that some of my attention. Um, Other than that, what else is on my mind? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And oh yeah, Chad. Damn, bro. See. It's just I think the thing that really confuses me about chat is because I'm always on my phone. I mean the fact that um I'm streaming from my phone is what I'm trying to say. So me streaming from my phone is a bit tricky. Me streaming from my phone is a bit tricky. So for now, I'm gonna leave this. I don't see a comment really. I don't see a comment on the chat. I don't see a comment on the chat. I'm looking forward to this upcoming week. Yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to this upcoming week. That's one thing I can say right now. Yet, guys, don't forget to join Reddit. I'm gonna be posting this on my Reddit. So take note of that as well. So yeah, for now, I think I'm gonna see you guys next week. This is basically it. I really like the amount of things that I'm learning so far. It really reduces the probability of me getting things wrong in the future. Like I said, I think on Friday, this particular trade exactly, I should have honestly known better. I shouldn't have. This trade should have not been a loss. I know I should have known better, but yeah, man. Like I always say, I'm not perfect right now. I'm getting there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there, bro. I'm almost there. This is my dude. I don't remember when was the last time I had like a week where the whole week was like completely unprofitable. I think that has only happened once, bro. That has only happened once. This past week was a break even week. It could have been a profitable week if I didn't mess up yesterday. But other than that, I don't remember when was the last time, bro, I had a week without profits. I can't remember, bro. I can hardly, I don't remember, bro. I think the last time I had a week with no profits was when I began this whole series. The first week was completely losses. And also it wasn't losses because of me, it was losses because I was looking at the wrong things. I wasn't focused on 1 to 2s. I wasn't focused on the stop loss entries. I wasn't focused on anyway, my point is every week, bro, every single week I learn something new. And because I learn something new, it increases the probability of me getting better by 1%. So I would always take that knowledge compared to just waiting and doing nothing. So yeah, man, I don't have anything else I need to mention right now. I've done everything I need to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't see any comments.